You ready?
I'm ready.
Nice knowing you, Spider-Man.
Wait, excuse me?
The entire world's about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So my girlfriend's just gonna forget about everything we've been through? I mean, is she even gonna be my girlfriend?
All right, fine. Everyone in the world's gonna forget that you're Spider-Man, except your girlfriend.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, Ned.
Okay, let's not change the parameters of this spell anymore while I'm casting.
Okay, I'm done. I swear I'm done. Nah, but my Aunt May should really know.
Could you just stop talking?
What just happened?
That spell gets loose, they're all coming here. Don't do this.
I have to try. Truth is, I accidentally brought those dangerous people here. The world, if you're watching, wish me luck. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man could really use some.
Welcome back, everyone. Local Man ruins everything. This is going to be my Spider-Man No Way Home video. They released a bunch of new trailer footage and scenes of him wrecking the multiverse, so we'll break it all down. And a lot of this does help set up what's going on during Doctor Strange 2, so I'll explain that as well. If you're brand new to the channel, we're doing a giveaway for IMAX tickets for the movie. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and just leave your favorite moment from the trailers on the video. So they released the full scene of Spider-Man ruining Doctor Strange's spell, messing up the multiverse and all these new trailers, and a lot of you have asked about the connection to WandaVision because there are some Easter eggs in here for what we saw happen with magic during WandaVision, with the way his spell works, changing the multiverse with these special runes. So yes, they are trying to be consistent with the way they treat magic spells visually and just the logic behind them, regardless of what kind of magic they're using in all these different Marvel movies and Disney Plus series. So just to be clear, even though Scarlet Witch weaves spells, Agatha Harkness weaves spells in WandaVision, Doctor Strange weaves his own spells, all three of them use different types of magic to power their spells. It's the same thing with Loki. He also uses a slightly different type of magic, which is why they color code them different. Like Loki's magic is green, Scarlet Witch's magic is red for chaos magic, Agatha Harkness's magic is purple, Doctor Strange's magic looks kind of orangish. That's them trying to make it a little clearer who's actually weaving what spell on screen when a bunch of them are all going at each other. But it's also a bit of a comic book Easter egg too, because Doctor Strange draws most of his magic from the Vishanti. It's the symbol that's on the Eye of Agamotto there, it's the same symbol that's on the Sanctum in the window here too. The same symbol that's on the box where he puts that multiverse spell trapping the Sinister Six villains. They haven't really got into this in any of the Marvel movies yet, but the Vishanti are sort of like this trio of cosmic beings that basically grant their power to Doctor Strange that gives him the ability to weave spells. They try to give you a scientific explanation for this during the first Doctor Strange movie. Oh, we pull energy from other dimensions. It's a little bit different in the comics. But earlier this year in WandaVision, they established a rule about the way that spells worked in a given area of space. Agatha Harkness pulls a fast one on Scarlet Witch to trap her, disable her magic because she has runes all over her basement lair here, protecting the Darkhold and just preventing anyone from messing with her as a sort of security measure. That's not the only way that you can use runes like this. They just use them in the defensive way during WandaVision. Later in the finale, Scarlet Witch pulls the same trick, casting runes all over the walls of the Hex, preventing Agatha Harkness from using any magic inside the entire town. It was like a big Uno reverse card, Thanos unsnap kind of moment. In these new Spider-Man No Way Home scenes that are a little more polished, you see Doctor Strange manipulating his multiverse spell a couple different times. There's the initial scene when Spider-Man messes it up for the first time, and then later you see him really high in the air floating with a cloak of levitation. It seems like he's near the Statue of Liberty in this scene because you can see most of the New York City landscape around him and he's above water. And you start to see the purple tears in reality, but it's broad daylight shifting into night. That's really what's happening in this scene here, where you see the tears get bigger all around the Statue of Liberty at night. This is like the nightmare scenario that Doctor Strange is worried about, where all of reality starts to break apart around them. And this is the setup for the plot of Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. There's actually a rumor that we're going to get the first trailer for that before the end of the year. Maybe if we're lucky, it'll drop when Spider-Man No Way Home hits theaters. The reason reality breaking apart is bad should be obvious. On one level, the world as they know it, as Spider-Man knows it, would just rip apart like a painting being torn into pieces. Literally, that's kind of the way they're visualizing this here, like someone is just taking the frame of the movie, the frame of reality, and just ripping it in half. And 2, zoom and enhance. When the fabric of reality tears like this, it allows really dangerous villains to get into the main MCU dimension that were once trapped outside the dimension. The Spider-Man No Way Home movie is using that to bring the Sinister Six villains from the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield movies. Doctor Strange keeps saying, "I can't stop it, they're coming through." He's talking about the Sinister Six villains. You see them posting up at the Statue of Liberty to get ready to fight Spider-Man. Possibly a couple other versions of Spider-Man hidden here. But this also applies to other types of villains, like way more dangerous multiverse villains that can use these types of tears to just walk right into the MCU. Cosmic beings like Shumagorath, Dormammu, the Dweller in Darkness from the Shang-Chi movie, even though technically he's dead, so he's not coming back. But it's just an example of big cosmic villains who are Thanos-level bad given the right circumstances. Marvel also kind of soft confirmed my Shumagorath theory from earlier this year when they released some of the new merch for Doctor Strange 2. Like you can see him, giant floaty eye Shumagorath going after them. My theory was that he would be the real main villain of Doctor Strange 2, because there is a rumor that Scarlet Witch is kind of going to be the villain for a little while, but the actual real villain is Shumagorath manipulating Scarlet Witch using the Darkhold and her chaos magic. And in the comics, Shumagorath has been looking for ways to re-enter the main MCU dimension and conquer it again. I did a whole video on his backstory earlier this year, so I'll add a link for it in the description if you want to go deep on Shumagorath Explained. He's a pretty cool villain. He's a being that lives in the spaces between dimensions. He was born there. He's part of this group called the Many-Angled Ones. They're like these eldritch horrors, these Lovecraftian types of cosmic villains. He was also part of a group called the Elder Gods who ruled over the main MCU dimension millions of years ago until he was banished to the spaces between dimensions by a time-traveling sorcerer called Sisneg who was also called Cagliostro. And there was an Easter egg for this sorcerer during the first Doctor Strange movie, when Doctor Strange was rifling through all the really dangerous books inside the Sanctum that he wasn't allowed to read yet. Shumagorath is also called the Lord of Chaos, and that's basically what would happen if he beats Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch and makes it back into the main MCU dimension. He'd destroy all of reality eventually, the entire multiverse, and it would go back to being like it was before eternity, before the creation of the multiverse. Just this void of nothingness, like the same place that the Dark Elves came from, and in the Eternals movie, to make the connection to the Celestials, the same place where Arishem the Judge claims, quote-unquote claims, that he came from, because he spits so many lies during that movie. He claims that he was created before the Big Bang, and that's basically what reality was before the Big Bang. It was just this void of chaos. You may have also seen they released some other new footage of Spider-Man in the bridge fight scene with Dr. Octopus, and he's trying to save this character here. So if you wondered who this woman is in all the trailers, because she's in pretty much every trailer, supposedly this is the MIT admissions officer, and Spider-Man is trying to get her help to get into MIT during the course of the film. Because he, Ned Leeds, and MJ come up with this plan that they'll just pack up and move to Boston, where people don't really know Peter Parker as well, and he'll just be Spider-Man there, go to MIT, and they'll just live together, like a new fresh start in a new city.
We get into MIT, we should live together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love that.
This is gonna be us.
Yes. Minus the frisbee and the smiling.
New school, new town. I can Spider-Man there. I mean, they have crime in Boston, right?
Yes.
Yeah, wicked crime.
Yeah, so it'll be like a fresh start. And we'll all be together.
Fresh start.
Fresh start.
Also, Iron Man went to MIT, currently Riri Williams in the MCU goes to MIT. We'll learn about that during Black Panther too. So MIT, just a really big location, like we were there during Captain America Civil War when they were doing the big barf scene. And it is a really cool fight scene, but the funnier thing, I think, is the idea that Spider-Man thinks that he can go to MIT and the Mysterio video will not follow him there, as if they don't have internet in MIT, they don't have smartphones in MIT. That's the logic of a high school kid right there, like, oh, if I go to a new city, they won't have seen the Mysterio video. Nope, everybody all over the world, everybody saw that video. J. Jonah Jameson is going to do everything he can with the Daily Bugle to make sure of that. Some of you may have also seen the real-life Daily Bugle that they actually created for the movie. As part of the marketing campaign, they created some stand-ups around New York City and a couple big cities with Daily Bugle kiosks where you can go buy an actual physical Daily Bugle newspaper with a bunch of articles they created as if J. Jonah Jameson commissioned them. So if you visited one of these and picked up one of these newspapers, just write below in the comments. If you spotted any other big Easter eggs in the new trailer footage and scenes that I didn't talk about during the video, just write them below in the comments. I think I'm allowed to post my Spider-Man No Way Home review on Monday, so look out for that. Then my full Easter eggs, breakdown video, all the bigger videos for the movie will start posting later next week after it comes out in theaters, so be sure to go see it as soon as possible. Congratulations, Jason Storm. You're the giveaway winner from my last big Spider-Man video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Everyone click here to watch the full opening scene from the movie. There are a bunch of cool Easter eggs. And click here for my new Hawkeye Episode 5 Yelena Belova trailer video. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.